This episode is styled by Advantage Property Styling, Brisbane. Live from our studios, here's Property TV.
I'm Ian Thomason from Thomason Property, and I'd like to bring you this month's Property TV. With me this month I have Brad Beer from BMT Tax Depreciation, and he's going to talk to us about making sure we get all the refunds we can at tax time from our investment properties. We also have a great Property of the Month, but before we go to that, I'd like to take you to Kevin Turner for this month's Property Update. Thanks, Kevin.
This market update brought to you by realestatetalk.com.au. Thank you. Well, after the floods in January in Brisbane and Ipswich, we're seeing that it's had little impact on rental properties. What's actually having more impact is the fact that we just don't have enough new stock coming onto the market. SQM Research, which is backed up by the Real Estate Institute of Queensland's research, tell us that the vacancy rates for rental properties across Brisbane is currently running at 1.6%, which is down a full percent on this time 6 months ago. The RTA tell us that after the floods, most demand was for 3 and 4 bedroom homes. What actually happened here was that a lot of those displaced tenants and property owners had to move away from the river, move out to some of the outlying suburbs, which put more demand on rental properties. The good news is, though, that to agents that I'm talking to right now are telling us the anecdotal evidence is that rental market's coming back to somewhat of a normal format now. We normally expect to see it run at vacancy rates of around 2 to 3%. With it currently at 1.6%, we can see that that's actually going to increase, and we'll get back to somewhat of a normal rental market in the months to come. Thank you. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for that, Kevin. Now I'd like to take you to our guest for this month, to Brad Beer. As I mentioned, Brad is going to be talking to us about making sure we get the right tax deductions that we should get when we're looking at our investment properties. So with that, I'd like to welcome Brad.
Great to be here. Thanks, Ian.
In your opinion, how many people don't get what they should get back at tax time because they're not doing their depreciation schedules properly?
Ian, I think we, across what we've seen, I think it's around about 80% we see of people that actually don't get all the deductions back they should. Speak to these people every day. They're not claiming what they should, and they're wondering why they didn't, and we help them to get some more.
Is that even though they're probably being told by their accountants that they are getting what they should get? Are they getting the best advice there in a lot of cases?
A lot of the time the accountant says go and get one of these done properly by quantity surveyors such as us to get it done right, but sometimes the accountant makes a guess, or sometimes people make their own guesses. Often the accountant is right, and they do listen to them.
So are you saying that most people that you get to talk to and do schedules for get a lot more back than they have been getting up until that time?
Oh, most definitely. We have a look at what they're claiming, and often if they've made some sort of guess, we'll usually get about 1.5 to twice as much in deductions, which just means more money back in their pockets.
So would that cover the cost of getting you in to do the schedules?
Oh, most definitely. We never do something unless we know, like we even guarantee that unless we get twice in deductions what our fee is going to be over and above what you're already doing, you don't have to pay for it. So we can identify that pretty easily with a few questions on what they're doing to see if they're going to be able to take advantage and get some more back.
Okay. So what typically are the types of things that you find that people miss or significantly under claim for?
Well, I guess different plant and equipment items that they just don't know about. The method of costing those things is often not done right, but you know, most people know I get my curtains and my hot water service stove and my carpet, but things, especially these days, like water tanks, mechanical door closers, and just common areas. There's a lot of stuff in the common areas that they often miss. Pumps and things like that all add up.
Brad, how involved is the process of getting a proper schedule done? Is it something that's quite involved, or is it pretty simple?
It's pretty simple, really. We talk the client through what it is we're going to do. The details that we need are basic. We go and talk to the council about the age of the building. We go out and visit it and measure it up and things like that. We need to kind of know what you are claiming so we can make sure that we're going to get some more. But we also we just need to know the address of the property, who manages it so we can get access, and you know, how much did you pay for it, when did you buy it, and we pretty much look after the rest.
Yeah. Right. And so let's go back to, say, a typical investment unit. What would be the cost of getting BMT in to do that schedule is an expensive exercise?
Yeah, look, a normal house or unit, normally around the $700 mark, and it's a tax deductible fee as well, so you get to claim some of that back, and the deductions is really where the value is, because if you can get sort of $10,000 in deduction, being a non-cash deduction because it's depreciation as well, it makes a massive difference to your overall tax position for the year and the money back in your pocket. We've got the guarantee there that if you're not going to get, well, at least $1,400 in the first full year in additional deductions, you don't pay for it. So you're going to get your money back in the at least, or don't pay for it, and then the rest of the years are a bonus.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty interesting stuff. I think you and I better have a chat after we get off here and we'll talk about some of my investments. But I think everyone's going to find that very interesting. Obviously, I'm going to encourage everyone who's got investment property to make sure that you are getting the most claims or the most back that you can. And obviously, to do that, you need to contact Brad at BMT. His number is on the screen now. So with that, I'd like to say thanks very much, Brad. And we'll now go to our feature property of the month.
Come to Redcliffe and live at the beach. Enjoy uninterrupted water views over to Moreton Island and all the way up to Bribie. Take a stroll along the scenic walkways or cycle all the way to Scarborough Boat Harbour or south to Hornibrook Bridge on your own cycling track. With Miele appliances in the kitchen and ducted air conditioning throughout, all living areas and bedrooms open to balconies to enjoy the sea breezes.
Well, I'm sure you'll agree with me, that was a great unit which is on the beach at Redcliffe. If you'd like any more information on that, you can call me on the number on the screen, or alternatively contact us through our website www.thomasonproperty.com.au. Until then, we'll see you next month.